Good evening, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day and whatnot. Thank you for joining in for another episode of the D20 Misfits. We are now starting to get into some serious deep shit, basically. We have now entered the Ember Temple, and either one or two things is going to happen. Shit's going to go wrong or shit's going to go right. But with that all being said, give us a nice subscribe, like, follow, notification button, whatnot, and all that. Give us some comments. Tell us if you like our stuff or not. If you don't,
yeah, you can shit on us all you want.
You can tell us whatever you want to say, but I personally won't give a shit. But other than that, hope you guys had a great Valentine's Day and hope you enjoy our content. You guys have a good night.
Go. And welcome back. So, last we left off, the party finished in destroying the dragon that was guarding the bridge to the Ember Temple. Rescuing Yerrick with the aid of a familiar face, as from previous one-shots, Sat has come back to something has brought him here. Felt important. As you guys across the bridge there in the Ember Temple, as you open the first doors, the doors to the monastery itself, seeing bits and pieces of what these monks or scholars were doing in this temple, seeing that there were archaeological tools and mining equipment, a work study as far as a desk for a mage of some type with alchemical bottles and stuff like that. They're long, degraded, not usable anymore. Going into the main altar area of this monastery, behind a tapestry, light a door. Descending stairs 50 feet into darkness. As you guys were going in there with the light sources that you had, the depictions on the wall, the carvings, were how these people were taking these, what looks to be entities of some type, and trapping them in blocks of stone. And eventually, as you guys went down further and further down these stairs, the carvings got more decrepit, more horrific, as the last one before the door, almost like a child drew it, scribbling at the very end, and you could see another dead body, or it would be the dead body that you guys saw up top of the skeletal with a hammer and chisel, writing the last bit, seeing the inscription on the door of saying "Do not go in," of the horrors that lie within the Ember Temple. You open the doors and out is this massive hall structure area. But you guys didn't go straight. You guys looked over the balcony and saw this massive room. You guys decided, you guys heard voices coming from the left. Coming from the left, there in this area, you heard the voices, muttering voices of teenagers, with little persuasion and showing that you had one of the items necessary to gain their trust is the goat's pelt from Solinka Pass. They let you in, gave you pretty much are here for shelter. You guys gave food and everything else to try to aid them in what they're doing, and they were staying here for a week as part of a rite of passage to become part of the tribe. They were missing one member, Bjorn, who went up through those sets of doors, but has never came back. As you guys were opening these doors, I was walking out into this hall. The walls are 20 feet high, 70 feet long. Arched corridor are sheathed in ember. The southern half of the hall is scorched by fire, and a charred corpse lies on the floor here, under a burned cloak, or burned fur cloak. Several amber doors lead from this hall, and 3 arrow slits are cut into the east wall. As you guys approached, 3 floating skulls, wreathed in green flame, appeared. And that is where we left off as you guys rolled for initiative. So let's see what happens. It's going to be fun.
Hey everyone, Jonathan here from the D20 Misfits, also known as Viking. I've got a sponsor today that I'd really like to give a shout out to. Dubby. I'm a hardcore energy drink user. I'll do 2, 3 energy drinks a day. This stuff, let's cut that out. If you're interested, go to w.com and on checkout use our code D20 Misfits 10 to get 10% off. Again, Dubby, well done.
Welcome back, guys. So, screw up, human error. I forgot to press record. That's all.
Boo.
Seriously, it's on me. I would love for any of you to be behind this screen. All my fellow DMs, you know this shit. that it is hard to do.
Guys, it's fine. He rolled a nat 1 on performance. It's okay. We will forgive him. He's fine.
But still, yes, it happened, and you know it. Fuck off.
You got to take his Viagra. He couldn't perform at all.
I'm not that old, man.
Happy Valentine's Day!
It says otherwise.
Hey, you leave his wisdom strings alone.
Anyway.
Hey, I'll
So,
shut up
I was
for
gonna
a
say,
while.
Frank, I read a radio show with
Luckily,
this.
but listen, you know if you screw up, you know that there's people in that boat that go, Corey. You know that. You know there's secondary cameras going off. We have this, man.
Yeah,
We
I
had a
had to tell that
production
Aaron-
team to go behind the scenes and be like, hey, you forgot.
But
But we don't.
Stop fucking around, bro.
let's keep him
Anyway,
on track instead of
anyway.
derailing him.
Wheelies, we caught this as an early thing that I failed to do, so we're just rewinding a little bit. The battle, during the midst of battle and these three skulls being defeated by the group. It went to the end, or to the top of the third round, to where Sat gripped his eye and attacked Abel. That started to where Noella tackled Sat to the ground. And we'll pick up from there. So, battle over. Sat being tackled to the ground with Navera walking up to the skull directly in front of him and getting ready to pour a flask of holy water over the skull. So, from here, Sat is tackled from the ground. As he's pulling the Anakin, as I said before, the Anakin is reaching in that state.
You just hear a. Do you mind telling me what the hell you just did? You attacked a party member instead of an enemy. And you look like you want this. I do not mind dousing it. What happened?
So, you're okay. So you're pouring
It's
it
dripping.
on. As it starts to sizzle, you can see the faint hairline cracks on the skull, destroying the skull. He looks up, and you can see him being pushed and tackled to the ground. That his hatch is here.
With a high enough for arcane roll, I saw his eyes and symbols that couldn't recognize.
With the roll that you did for Arcana to see it, is showing multiple skulls, mainly all of them. But also at the same time, it's not. It has remnants of all the schools of magic.
Something older.
Some don't look like arcane symbols that are there.
Looks like seals.
Yes and no. It's different than the seals. It almost shows it has traces of divine in it. Like divine. Almost like prayers, but in a language that's not understandable through what you know.
But he's still acting Anakin, reaching for the skull.
Yes.
There's no reaching him, essentially.
No, I mean, he when you kind of do it, he kind of. Like, when it fully happens and the skull's fully closed or destroyed, he just lost the interest, and there's no recovery.
And then she did, like, intimidation, telling him to get off his butt.
As you help him up for that, my mark sometime, I don't know what this is. And with that bandage still being on the ground, or that patch on the ground, clearly you all can see that this mark in his eye covers his whole eye.
It's almost like instead of
Like Bible Black.
Black Butler,
Yeah, that one.
instead of the star on the eye, there's symbols all over
Correct.
the eye.
Correct. It's like that. It looks like it's a very, whatever this magic is, or what gave this. I mean, it's similar. It has the same properties as the dragon mark.
Okay.
Those who have the dragon mark feet, you do.
Yep.
Okay, so it's kind of similar to his arm, but it's not. It's heightened in some way, shape, or form.
Instead of helping him up since he's up, I'm just gonna pick up the patch and hand it to him. You need to be more cautious. If this, you're here searching for something, at the same time, you have, what was the word? A ward. You have someone you're looking for, someone you're supposed to protect. You attacked a party member here, someone here that is also fighting to assist you as well as us. That could have very well been her, I'm assuming. So you need to get your shit together and try to shake off whatever this is affecting you. From here on out, as we move forward, if we hear any whisperings in our head, we are going to speak up about it and not hold it to ourselves. Is that understood?
Agreed.
Cool. Now, other than that, walks to the body, pulls the cloak up.
A charred remain of beyond. I mean, by degree, by looking at it, the remains of this body. I can't tell what it is. It is human, yes.
Now, by the stature and size of it, would we guess that would it be likely that that is the boy? Fucking the born identity.
Yorn.
Is yours? Do you have a proficiency in medicine?
Yes, I do.
Make me.
17 plus stuff. Yeah. 17 plus what?
What?
By looking at the size of the bones and I mean, being a grave cleric, you've been around death a lot. Whether it be through the companies of you joining the wars and being a sellsword or any of that nature, being there with the troop of 3 that you were already with. Either A, being sellswords, or 2, being part of a company.
We've seen some shit.
Yes, and you've dealt with your fair share of dead bodies and stuff like that. So, by the looks of it, based on the size, the density of the bones, the length of the whole skeleton, and the looks of different bones and how they're laid, like the pelvic bone and the rib cages and how it looks, it does show the similarities of the male. pulling back the cloak, the fur cloak kind of gives it to where this tribe is, because they look like barbarians in a sense. But looking through it and, just shifting around, what anything else that was there is beyond recovery, besides one thing, and that is the spear that's there. It looks untarnished by flame there. Even, I would say, if you're getting it to moving it out of the way, a perfect chart mark of the silhouette of the spear is there. So the ash or the flame marks that are on the floor outline the spear perfectly.
The spear was unscathed.
The spear looks like it has not been touched by fire.
Should we call the other kids to see?
Rita?
Yes, probably.
Astrid.
Sad to say that I believe her brother, her
Astrid.
has perished. And I'm leading.
You might
by
want
the
to
way.
see this.
Is it safe?
Yes.
That's
They're
what-
cleared out.
The fuck was that? We saw
The-
green flashes and
Flaming skulls.
magic.
In a sense, yes.
Yeah.
This area is cleared out. You are safe enough to come here.
For now.
Those with religion or arcana, I'll give you rolls to determine what these are.
What are
Discuss.
18 plus 6.
18 plus 5? 19 plus 5.
Dirty 19.
50. I don't.
You don't have neither?
Nope.
Why
You don't
would
have religion or arcana at all?
no?
They look like fire
some
skulls.
people.
He has fight, smash, smash, smash.
I'm not proficient in it.
Yeah, I'm not
You're
proficient.
not proficient in religion or arcana.
I didn't have a plus, but
Once
that's about
again,
it.
fight, smash, smash, smash.
Okay,
They look like fire
so
Good
with
fight.
that,
Fighters for life.
so with the rolls, collectively together, bits and pieces you guys are getting to. These things are undead by nature. They are the skulls of a form of magic that dark wizards perform on human skulls to animate them, to change them into this undead thing. It's called a flame skull.
Essentially, some.
By discussing it later and thinking on it when Astrid asks, what happened or what are they? Collectively, as you guys are thinking and discussing this and talking to her, relaying different pieces, collectively, based on these things are immune to fire. Naturally.
Makes sense too.
They do have other resistances, and I would say that you are probably going to be the best one to figure that one out, because you had one immunity and one resistant. So lightning they are resistant to because it is a form of fire, and fire they are completely immune to. They're undead, so undead themselves have immunity to poison. Of fright, of any type of anything mind altering, because they are undead, they have no mind. So charm, frightened, being undead naturally through somebody who deals with undead, they are immune to poison. So far what you know about these things is they are resistant to lightning, immune to fire, poison, frightened, charm. They are of other things, but nobody really has used that in the battle to determine any other resistance they have. But these things were once wizards.
We can surmise that most likely the people that were in this temple, not people
It
that
could
came
be.
in here.
I think the bigger question is, what turned them into these? What dead thing or what entity within this temple had the ability to create flame skulls based on the thing that happened, based on the ritual that dark wizards perform in order to make these human skulls into these flame skulls?
So, as we're realizing this, I'm picking up a spear.
Okay.
And I rolled an 18 plus 8 for investigation.
Okay. Just looking at it, why it was like unscathed.
I'm looking for if there's runes, sigils, anything along that lines of it. I'm inspecting the handle, the blade, everything. Trying to figure out why it did not get burnt.
As you look and go through it, it doesn't have markings on it. Traditionally with you guys were okay, so Argynvoss Wrath, the great sword that Zeor fixed or reawakened. It has marks on it. It has arcane marks on it. It has soul. It was a great knight's sword, so obviously there's a ghost there, and you guys broke that ghost's connection to the world. He was able to go back to where he was, which was inside the blade. But it doesn't have markings. It's blood soaked. But as you're like looking at it, and you're expecting the tip of the blade or the tip of the spear, and you're looking at it as you're going through, and it just a happily like mistake or an oversight is when he looked on it. The thing had been there. It's who knows. I mean, it looks old, but it doesn't at the same time. How a blade is still sharp scares you a little bit. And as you check the edge, it does cut you. And you notice there, and anybody looking around notices that the blood seeks into the blade. And then you hear in your head,
You saw that, right?
prove your worthiness, and I will allow you to wield this. If you fail to prove or do anything noteworthy, I will kill you.
You're right there.
Yes. Fine. Got a question for you. Rolled an 18 plus 8 on persuasion. What is this spear?
Legend has of one of our founding fathers, the founder of our tribe, the start of our tribe. The greatest warrior had a spear similar to this. The story goes that Kavan, the leader, the founding father, he killed so many enemies that the wood that the spear is attached to is stained red for the amount of blood. It showed that in story, Kavan had same similarities of Strahd, of a vampire. Or Strahd shows the same similarities as he did. Because we, the Kavani, have been here before Strahd even came to Barovia. Us and the Children of the Night were the only two forces in Barovia.
Your friend here who has sadly met his demise. Did you know him before he started wielding this weapon of choice?
I mean, he was not one for... He never really adapted. As far as, like, our training goes, when we started out young of wielding weapons, the only thing that came naturally to him was a spear. This spear is continuing with the legend, or how it came into his possession, is that he is the last remaining descendant of Kavar and of the mother of how this whole tribe is.
Did he ever act any different after he started wielding it? Because I know from prior experiences, you barbarians, I believe you're called, berserkers, along that line. I know you guys have a certain amount of rage in you. Did he act any differently with or without this said spear?
No. I mean, before we left to set out on our rite of passage to go up here, his forefathers gave him this spear, a pass down, to see if he could be next, because the other ones are too old to even pick this up anymore. Him being young with us, as an extra stipulation for him, was to come back alive. If he can survive that, then that was a worthy deed in order to do this. If not, then the elders of this would find a new wielder of this spear.
I'm guessing you've never had it in your possession, correct?
Me personally, no. The elders had this. They actually, before we sent it off, they were preparing for a ritual. Some other dark figures, shady characters came. We thought they were long extinct, but these druids came and twisted our tree.
Don't say.
Almost made it look like it was alive.
Oh, no.
Back then, before this tree became decayed, weathered, before it grew to a bigger size, a piece of this, one of the first branches or logs that, or timber that came from this tree, was made for this weapon to forge. To give the tip of the spear something to hold on to, and it was from this tree. This tree survived so much winter that when it finally splintered, a piece of wood off, used that to give the age of this tip of the spear to make it whole. Is the story of how it was forged. The tree is known as Winter Splinter. But it wasn't.
So
It
he's
didn't look
telling
like
us it
this
has a
before.
holy tip.
We're taking a wild guess and saying that tree's no longer there.
There should be. I mean, the tree was still there when we were leaving, but it just looked decayed, almost alive, like I said before. But may I?
In a moment.
Well, there should be a spot within this. There should be a spot on that spear of where a finger would be overlapped. That one would tell you of the color of that wood, because it should be white. Like a white oak.
Investigation on it.
Investigation, perception, whichever one you're doing, because you're looking for it.
How long ago did you stop your travels?
From the time we left our village to
Yeah.
4 or 5 days ago.
And how long ago did you spend
4 or 5 days ago.
That tree's not there anymore. I'm willing to bet my bottom gold coin. There was, whispers of a winter splinter that wreaked havoc upon a town in which I had went into the belly of said beastie. And she like explains like size and
elaborates.
appearance and everything of the tree.
Bullshit, the tree didn't come alive. It can't come alive.
Does that not fit the description of your tree though?
Yes, but to have a tree come to life?
Druids, these old druids can do that. I've seen it.
You've seen druids make trees come alive?
Yes. we
Pulls out a
have.
head. Was attached to the tree. Hey.
As they're saying this,
And
I'm
she
looking
kind of like
towards
gives that
Sam.
very quirky look, like that is cool, but that's also fucking disgusting.
That was on the tree. One of the trees that they brought back. These druids.
They were hanging bodies on this tree?
No, the trees theirself grew a body-like shape.
Oh.
The top of the tree bush being the head, arms, and limbs. It's
Mine
a very
is the
long
winter splinter.
story.
Don't know. I've never knew a tree could come alive.
I did not.
But is there a white spot on that?
A total of 25.
Looking very faintly, there is a white. It looks like it was like how the spear was held. Like there's one patch of where the thumb.
The bark was like kind of worn out,
where it's
it's indented a little bit and such.
There's
it's
very
faded,
much-
but it's white.
There's very much a white mark on here.
So this is indeed from that tree.
This. Oh. How long do you plan on
Did you investigate it or did you perceive it?
Perception.
Okay.
My perception's higher. If you want me to investigate it, I can.
No. If that does two different things. So by looking at it and just rotating it around, cool. You're not really full on. It's looking at it, you can see it.
14 plus 8 for
For
persuasion again. Snowball a strong point, you know this one out.
I mean, you got how many people in battle?
None! Mother, I'm so sick of
That's right. The only person immune to your bullshit is right there.
Yeah.
The
The only one she actually tried. So, fuck off. But,
She's 0 for 0.
It shows that even without it, you still have nerves of steel.
but,
We'll get a little ballsy there.
how long do you plan on being here?
No,
you have,
that's
what,
the point.
6 more days, correct?
No, it's too much going on. Yeah, being the first time we got here, yes, we have 6 days, and once we started, we had to stay a week and undergo the maddening effects and the whispers that this temple bears, the evil that it bears. We have to withstand and come back stronger, wiser.
So I'm going to take it back here. Start to keep a hold of it for a moment.
Didn't just say keep.
We are going to be in and out of this place. We will be back before 6 days. What I am feeling from this said spirit is it may do a very big justice for us.
You said it would help you.
Yes. You guys are going to sit in a room for 6 days while we explore and we try to uncover the evil that is inside here. I would greatly appreciate if you just let us borrow this for the time being, and I will promise to bring it back to you. Even if it involves me having to find your troop, your tribe, on the outskirts of here.
If we do not hear back from you, we have the weapons. Like I said, we are going to hold up here. We dare not venture in. Accordingly, we all see now that Bjorn is no more.
And I'm sorry for that.
To venture out further would be suicide. Is this? Our elder said that we had to survive 7 days inside the temple. Not to, he didn't say anything about exploring. So us using our heads a little bit, we just stay in this room for 7 days, and then
Which
when
is
we
smart.
leave, we still prove our worthiness as a right. Is it cheating a little bit? Possibly.
Do they have
You're
to
still
know that,
inside
though?
the temple.
We just had to survive the temple. There was somebody else that came before you.
What did they look like?
At the same time as we found this, it kind of points back to the room of the fissure that's there. As you guys noticed from before, that there was a break in the wall. As we were climbing that mountain, we found this way in as a more sneaky person. Needless to say, we did see a dragon and people on a bridge fighting said dragon.
Oh.
Hi,
Hello.
nice to meet you up close.
That
On the
was
spec.
you.
Yeah, except for that one, he was riding on a dragon, but she points this up.
We may not look
Even
like,
Sattles, I didn't fight no goddamn dragon.
we may not look
But
like,
he rode in one.
we may not look like a group that is going to make a difference. The lot of us does not look like we are going to fix said evils, but looks can be very deceiving.
Is that they can't.
Fuck you guys. I say anything and I get in trouble for it.
If
That-
you're
You're
That
not in
alone-
trouble. We're just saying speak for yourself.
That alone,
Between the two of us, we kind of look like we can take something out.
doing something like that,
I look just like you.
if we would accomplish something like that, that is no worth. That is worthy enough for us to come back and prove with the witnesses there. Us as our own witnesses to see you guys defeat that dragon by the looks of it is a worthy feat for that. But that spear is worthy enough to hold on to it, to borrow it. But I will say this. We're in here for 6 more days. 6 days. If that spear is not back, it is a relic. If it is not back here, to me, we will go out looking for it. And if you perish, we will take that spear back and we will get the hell out of Dodge. And travel back. If we go looking for it and we fail, it is a relic to us.
As you hold it, Yerrick, it is your decision to return it, but I think you should. Just thinking of relics and what that would mean to, say, your tribe or your people. How would you feel if random strangers decided to just walk off with it?
I wasn't planning on keeping it to begin with.
If you guys straight slay that dragon, you are worthy by us to hold that But if Kavan's spirit is within that weapon, he might ask for more. Or you have to prove to that spirit if he's in there to do it. To wield it properly.
Is that something we're willing to prove to it?
No.
Is that something we're capable of proving to it?
Kavan has done many things. Stories, legends of him going against
As Noella literally looks back at your
hordes. He fought a alpha, one of the children of the knights, and came out victorious single-handedly against a werewolf. That, at a young age, was just his strength. Made him who he is. Made him the legends that he has. That's just one of the feats he accomplished. He's accomplished so many more. That's by tribe-wise, it is a relic that we would like to hold on to. But we are not worthy of it because Bjorn was the last of Kavan's line. Or as he claimed it, he claims that Kavan was his great-great-great-great-great-grandfather.
He will not hold on to it either. It goes back to him. It is their tradition, their relic. I will honor that. Whether you like this decision or not, it is in my grasp right now. But it goes back to them.
That's what you decide.
Yarrick proceeds forward, but having the capabilities of wielding a spear, he flourishes it, extending it back to them, shot first. It's a fine, balanced spear. See why it is a relic to your people.
As he's doing this, I'm looking at you like, bitch, talk to me inside my head.
Oh, I already asked. I know it's all you.
With this,
okay.
you giving it back is
We did that.
I'm not worthy of this, and neither one here in this troop of us are capable of holding on to this. Hold on to it if you can yourself. You can come back after you've done whatever you did in this town. Tell me the stories. I'll present this to whatever elders are left of my tribe. Maybe you are worthy of this because you look like you are at least kin compared to the rest.
No.
Your looks, your clothes, you
Offensive.
resemble our kin.
Then I will take it and use it as it sees fit.
But if you come back, come see us.
Of course. You have my word.
Now as we head out, she goes in her bag. There's 2 bags. On top of the food and the water that you have, I give you a potion of healing and a holy water. If the skulls go down, you need to douse them. It's the only way, other than if you have magics. So this will be your only way. The potion is in case something happens, you can at least use what you need. But as we go, lock the door behind us, and she pulls out parchment and scribbles a word down, and that is our word. If we are on our way back, and you hear that word, and she points like this, and she hears it in her head, in your head, and then speaks verbally, That is to know it is us and not the places.
And the word that you wrote down was
That
Flurberjagen.
Flurbenjagen, Schmigen, Flumfen.
Fluffernutter.
Gets to the door, has to get in a hurry, cannot remember fucking anything.
Fluffernutter.
Fluffernutter.
Flurberjagen, open the fucking door!
Flumfen, Flumfenunken.
Really good.
Boo!
Very good, Lance!
That
You're
makes no
saying
sense.
I
bad.
know, I'll tell you later.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Bar the doors now. There, as you guys were coming,
we'll say they already have one.
as you guys
I
went
have
to
dagger.
the, as you
Your
guys,
dagger's gonna be
okay,
small.
the original route you guys came from the Ember Temple to it. You did pass the door before the big doors, and then you went through another set of doors inside that room that went up. There in that hallway, there is at least three. There are three doors. There are
Get out of my head.
There are four in total. There are three to the left on the wall. There's a set of double doors on the other end. But to the right are arrow slits. Three arrow slits that you can look down into if you wanted.
You want me to assist with the doors again, Papa?
There was a door you guys passed getting into this room to begin with as you entered.
It's lit enough as we go through, right? It's not dark or anything, right? I know he can't see in the dark, that's why I'm asking. And everybody doesn't want to
I mean, there was, the dancing lights were out.
I do too.
Since the battle and since coming there, they are put out. So it is dark,
great.
other than the dark visions that are there.
We're going
I'm back to riding the dress.
Oh, I thought so. Would you mind?
Whoa.
Whoa.
I said wow.
Dancing lights last for a minute anyway. So they would have to recast it.
What happened?
While they're doing this, Yerrick not really being able to see the door closed.
So they
He's
went.
going to investigate the spear by feel alone. And that's 18 plus 5.
So they went back into the
To,
room first.
what are you trying to uncover?
Okay.
Because you said
Just
we're
where
gonna
are the doors?
Getting familiar
One there.
So if me and you are
learning
going to investigate as
how
we've done
best to
before.
hold it and stuff like that.
Okay,
Who's the
so,
shaman
but
person?
you,
Was that?
That was
that's,
the dead.
That was
this
the
is
dead guy.
before you were handing it back, or as you were handing it back?
After they let Yerrick keep it.
Well, they said to come back for it. Because you gave it to him.
I thought they were giving it to him.
I mean, it was...
You said he could borrow it.
Borrow it, yes. They expect it back in 6 days. If not, they're going to come out looking
Yes.
for it. So,
Are you
If this
the
is
back
another
of the
weapon
party
he's going to be
beside
able to use, he's going to...
I mean, it is a
Unless
fine weapon.
he's the back of the party beside.
Investigating it wise, I would say that you, just looking at it and being in the dark,
I couldn't set it on top that I would normally fall, so you're just like...
That's why he's using it by feel.
That's fine.
did you roll with disadvantage?
No, I didn't. That'd be a 19.
You were possessed.
By feel. And just do it. For as old as they're claiming this spear to be, at least 100 years old, it should be almost unusable. But the shaft is holding strong because of the white oak that's there. The spear, by touch, you feel still has an edge, and you are cut by it. You don't see it, but you hear a voice in your head. Fuck, this is the second time you ever said this is another docking weapon? Prove your worth to me. Do something worthy to wield it. If not, I will kill you.
already have a talking weapon?
Yeah.
No.
This is the second talking weapon.
He now he really does have voices in his
Pointy
head.
stick thing, pointy long thing.
Would they talk to each other?
Kid.
Share your blood.
What type of weapon
What
will
the
come out of
fuck?
that
Right?
unholy matrimony?
Now, are you actually at the back with like Sat or?
I mean, he's at dark vision.
Yeah.
You can see.
Because
Question.
you're gonna be holding
Would
onto the
bless
shoulder or
still
something
be in
like that
effect?
if you're not up.
Bless would be wearing off.
I
Okay.
want close to your
You.
I don't know.
I just placed things because if we're going back to the search party, it was me and him plus Echo,
I want to be beside you.
and then
You
course you do.
backwards. You don't have dark vision, but you do.
Yeah.
Here, give me your hand. Let me guide you.
I got you, bro.
No. It's just you hanging onto his arm.
Just
Okay,
in the
so-
point cleavage.
Again,
Like this.
So-
as
Just
you're
like
doing that,
squeezing.
and these, and
What'd
you guys
what did you
are
need for?
determining what you want to go to. Mind you, there are still 3 doors to this side, and then 1 door
You keep
back
yelling at
here
me to watch the movie. You watch the movie, okay?
that you are past.
Maybe
So,
then you'll know what's going on.
how you guys want to do this is fine.
I'm just keeping a lineup, so just.
I only ask that if you guys find stairs, do not go down them because my maps have covered the whole thing.
We're going straight for the stairs. So.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Find the stairs.
So Stairmaster, got it.
Every time we go to the stairs, just find stairs and keep going.
Speed run this!
Miss every object that we need and then
That's
die.
suicide, sir.
That's what he's speedrunning.
Get to the very end. Do you have all
As
the
your
objects you
guy.
require? No?
Is looking at
You are
this.
not Leroy Jenkins.
As Yurin is looking at this, and I see him cut.
Oh fuck!
I'm
You
gonna
have
guess.
Damn it,
Was he-
Leroy.
I'm gonna
He
guess that
ran
I
in.
like. I kind of look at him like, oh shit. I kind of forgot to tell him about that.
It's
And you're.
this is the second.
I know. And I know you can't see me right now either, but I'm in front of you. Or you can feel my arm or whatever the fuck you're going on to. But,
Make sure you don't have anything below the waist.
no shit.
There's
So you want to know what to grab there?
I'd be more worried about what's above the wrist.
Yeah.
Don't grab anything like if it's a hand or an arm or the.
If you feel a round thing
No.
with a point on it, just squeeze. But, this is the reason why.
Oh, you forgot to hold the whole.
Yeah, why are you trying to take my ring off? I'm not. Shut up. But this is the reason why I didn't want them to wield that weapon.
So anyway, which way are we going?
Wield that weapon.
Back forward.
It clearly has
What do
something
you
in it.
So
Somebody
there are 3
with a
rooms to the
lesser
left.
intelligence.
You have the arrow slits
Along
that
the lines
lead
of
out
them.
to that way, and then you
This
have
would
the
probably
door
drive
in the
them
back
out
before you got into the main room.
And I don't know about you, but I would rather not have
Before you got into this
3
room with the kids.
pissed off berserkers
Like check
mad
the
coming
3
after
to the
us.
side
Sure.
first.
I will assist you. Guys, just be on standby. If we see something or we come out running like some wayward drunken pirate man with really interesting locks, just know to be ready.
I can't see
Just-
fucking shit out this thing.
Put spear, and then when you customize it, put a asterisk beside it.
There is the blood spear that comes up and it has the description of Kaban and his.
I know, but
Okay.
it's not. According to this book, this book, it only awakens, and you only get its power if you do something worthy to use it.
That's why he whispered that, but he ain't gonna do anything other than be a spear for now. Just not
Meaning he either A, has to give the killing blow to a great foe, or do a worthy deed through Kavan's eyes to let him wield it. If not, it's just a spear.
Do we take 2, 2, and 3? of these rooms? Or
If you would like, unless you want to go one room at a time, you and I. Not everybody can see it, and I don't want everybody going shoulder
I
to
thought the
shoulder.
rule we made before we came in here is we don't split up. Oh, we don't.
We're not splitting up. Me and him or checking the door. Then we're not gonna have everybody file through, going like, I'm doing this, and you can't see anything. So it's just like,
You can just hear air moving.
8 of us, I guess.
Look down. Jack,
yeah.
what the hell did she
But the
do?
only bad
Or-
thing is
yeah.
if one of the rooms have some kind of trap or something in there, someone's locked in a room by
Well,
themselves.
there's
We've
four
had that
of us
happen
that
in
can
the
see in the
house.
dark.
If you remember that.
Cast some fine traps.
From the very back.
I mean, I will set just, and if we need to see, he just goes. And those 4 globes came on again.
Where's the first door that's on the left?
Okay, so that would be right where that dead body or that thing is right here. Yep, that's the first room on
Okay,
that
we're
side.
just this. I'm gonna say this is where the party starts. Right now. Sort
That
of
way,
moving all those figurines.
spell-wise, you can't find it. You know the location, right? Or is it if it's on total cover? You have no idea.
I mean, there's one way to find out.
I'll send an echo in the room to see if it triggers anything.
It tells me the like a general sense of where it is, but not like exactly.
If you're going to where this first door is, no, there's nothing.
You wanna send in the echo next?
I'm opening up the door and having my echo proceed into the room to see if, there's
If
any
he dies,
If he dies or something
I
attacks,
mean, he
it blows up.
found no traps in that, or no traps at all through the
There's not.
sets.
I got a 120-foot radius and nothing yet.
But if it's covered,
I'm still sending my echo into the room
It's
to
just
see
a-
if it triggers anything.
just yeah, the precautionary measure here is
It's gonna do like a walk around to see, proximity type, see if there's anything that
I mean,
triggers.
there's different. The room,
touches
the
it.
first room that you go into, it is 20 by 30.
Uh-huh.
So it's a small room.
Closet.
Can
Don't
you
go to
look through
closet.
his eyes?
Okay.
Can
I
you?
can't see through his eyes
I mean, he does the walk around and then comes back. He's still alive.
Shall we?
now. Let's proceed.
Roll for investigation.
Investigation.
What was
21. Plus if you're still blessed. No, does that count?
Blessed.
No,
24. Plus 6 for investigation.
Even with the lights looking in, he sends one glove towards you guys as you guys are going into this room. Stone blocks resembling tables stand in the center of this room covered in dust. Carved into the stone walls are niches filled with hundreds of dusty bottles. Cobwebs hang from wooden ladders that lean against the walls. The room is about 15 feet high. Looking around the room and looking at these bottles, this looks to be like a potion storage room. But these bottles aren't dried up. There's no use of these bottles.
That's
Do
not
we
big.
need any empty bottles?
I mean,
Just for the fuck of it.
it'd be good to store if we need it. I would say go ahead, but you said there's a ladder just leaning against the wall, like it would in a library. Is there anything other than the wall? Like, is there any shelves they're leaning against?
So that's where all the bottles are at now. Right?
I mean,
They're on the
yes,
tables.
they're. I mean, no, they're carved into the stone or these niches that hold these bottles. There is nothing that way. You do, however, north side of the walls. That's where you guys are during the rounds of doing it. As you're looking at the stone and feeling around and looking at all these niches, one portion of the wall pushes like a door.
That might have been you. You rolled the higher investigation.
Probably. Does it open or move
Does it go?
something?
I mean,
Mimic.
it could be pushed, yes.
Let me back up a little bit. I have an idea. And she kind of like, and it just comes back out of the pocket dimension, and she uses her staff to kind of like, just in case, she goes,
I mean, it pushes. It could do. It looks like it gives enough way that this is the secret door.
Secret tunnel.
since I can see through it, I'm standing out here. It just floats and goes in. And I'm going to have it be my eyes, ears, and nose.
So at this point in time, since there hasn't been anything relayed back, Nova was getting curious and walking into the room also.
Is there anything going in? I am blind.
I'm going to just see you standing there, and I'm going to see a cracked door open, and I'm going to look at Sibinak and go,
She's investigating. Well,
okay.
Slowly looks through.
in a way.
Oh my god.
Your eyes are like rolling back in your head.
No, just turn
Wow, I
my
really thought that one of the rooms said the Vault of Thanos.
Well, I look in there as it goes in.
And it's Thangob.
Goes in there, the wolf just hears a snap. I'm like, no! Father, I don't
You
feel
You
so
don't
good.
get to do the snap till you watch the movie.
I already watched the movie.
Watch the movie.
Anywho,
Oh, you watched MJ?
Yes.
You were saying that? What does it smell, hear, or see anything?
it looks like a hallway that goes to the left. And if you're
She's kind of just looking in the direction like she's
looking,
following.
you can see like there's a hallway that turns. And it looks like it descends.
We're not allowed to do that. Turn around.
The stairway, you mean?
I mean,
walk
yeah.
into a
I
barrier.
mean, naturally, I can do
Like
that
old
because
games where you could
it's,
go past
if you guys are going,
You've not had to walk
want to
below
go down
for
those
this.
She
stairs,
looks
cool,
to
I can
you,
walk up one
kind of
real
just like
quick.
this, because it's like you're watching
Unless
her.
you guys,
You're
like,
literally watching her as it feels every time as she goes near something.
certain
she
rooms
turns
I
with it.
do have to, like, I would have to draw up, but
This is like one of those
moment,
areas in an old
I mean, at the
video
moment, if
game.
you guys do want to go down there, we could go Theater of the Mind, per se.
Is it like a big area, or is it just a room we're going down
15
into?
seconds after you look
If, I mean, these stairs go down about 15 feet into a larger hallway.
So, is it worth it for us to go down the stairs?
Is it
That's
like-
solely up to you.
Yeah, you're not in the room, and so she.
No, I mean before we make
Ba-
Frank go through all
base-
the effort,
okay,
is it worth
base-
it to make him
base-
God?
Getting
That
there.
alone is, yes.
Based on this. Okay, I'll give you guys this based on the church. You guys were there. Where were the sacred bones supposed to be buried in the church of Valaki? They were underground. They were in a vault. They were in a vault. Now, downstairs will put you closer to the vaults. Shit gets far worse.
We have a lot of upstairs to deal with.
I mean, you guys only did the hallway. You guys want to go down? Cool. I just suggest you don't, because I don't have it mapped.
Yeah, let's not.
I was just kind of, hey, blah 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 blah.
Let's.
I mean, the only thing
I
that's
say that.
the only thing
But
that's
since
going
you're not
to
there
be
to say that, we're getting to that, trying to get to that for the story context. But every time I'm like,
the only thing that's going to be the same is down these stairs.
I would just park it.
Down these stairs is the
trying
second
to
level.
get to that. I keep trying.
Okay, so the big room in the middle, that is the that is downstairs because you do descend down these massive things. You just looked over the balcony and it was a massive big thing, and you did see a big statue on the other end. That was it. So almost like Argynboss's temple or his sanctuary, his hideout, the fortress of the Silver Dragon itself had a big stone dragon that was there.
Stone draft?
Dragon. If you guys want to
Whatever draft
pursue,
sounds
cool. If you guys
We're
want to
not fucking
investigate,
proceeding.
I'm
Frank.
not saying we're like, okay, everybody just backed out of the room. She's literally in the middle of doing this and getting ready to go,
Is there any?
and then the
Isn't
gods
that?
are speaking outside the gate. So I'm like,
yes, yes.
There's
Word.
a giraffe?
Is
I would
there
say
something
who
in this room?
upon pushing. Okay, so upon pushing that secret door open, I would say with you gingerly looking down,
me as in through the wolf's eyes.
looking down, you see stairs going down. If you want to send your wolf down to get more of a look, cool.
I was getting to that part. I was gonna ask since he's there
One in the
what to do.
scout ahead, cool. But when you look through the eyes, you yourself, if you're already looking through his eyes, you're already blind and deaf.
I know. Well, I'm looking through there. We've established that I would be able to still. I can.
She'd be able to hear their words through the wolf.
Yes, but it's
like a muffled
it is
echo.
muffled.
So she could still understand it. It's just muffled.
It's like
That's why she'd
being
be listening.
underwater and hearing people talk. It's like that.
So I can hear a muffle.
You can't
Mm,
really. You
okay.
just have to like.
You know what I can do? I can get a 1 pat for yes and 1 pat for no, because I can still feel shit.
Can you can talk to me though?
Yeah.
Relay. Okay.
Trying to.
Do that.
Getting there.
Do that.
Waiting for that.
Hey, you should.
Can I do that?
Do that.
Thank you.
So what are you doing?
For what I was getting at.
You're my best.
You have Father's blessing.
Thank you. So, as this is all happening, you just hear staring at a wall. So, well, throwing dice at the next person that speaks.
You said 1 for yay and 2 for
She
nay.
will tell you. Give me a fucking second. I see a stairwell down a nice long hallway. If you wish me to have this proceed through to scout as far as it can go temporarily, give me a pat on the shoulder once for yes, twice for no. Cool. It's gonna go further.
Okay.
And she's gonna like grip onto your shoulder. If I grip, something's either happened or it's gonna be.
Okay.
We'll see where this goes.
So, through Theater of the Mind, get down to the bottom of the stairs. Initially walking around. Initially looking from the bottom of the stairs. To your right, you see an ember door with arcane runes on it.
I like this.
You look to the left, and it looks like a long hallway that proceeds very long.
I like this. I let him know this. Is there anything else of note? Minus the fact that it's actually not
I mean,
walking.
it looks bigger than the normal hallway you guys were already in, because this hallway is about 120 feet.
It's a very big hallway.
But if you're gonna walk that way, there are. Okay, yeah, almost, because I think the limit is 100 feet
120.
for the
I
familiar.
believe so.
My
I will
familiar
double
is
check
100.
that.
I'm not familiar with this.
My next level.
100 feet,
fighter,
yes.
I
Okay.
could
So
do what she's done.
15
my egg roll.
down. So
Guess I got to take that out now.
Okay, so you can almost go the whole distance of the. That's one I would say it would get you're at the threshold. There are 2 more at the far end of this hallway. The door to the left is a number ender door with arcane marks on it, too. The one that's straight ahead of the hallway is slightly open, and it is a ember door.
Do I sense anything through smell, or do the ears pick up any noise? I'm trying to focus on the door that's open, that's just out of my reach. You just watch her like looking around, like she's looking
I
at the
know.
shit. So it's just like,
I'm looking at you like this is fucking weird.
I see, and she has, as she's been telling you all this, she's now just letting you know that she's gonna try to see if she can sense anything through the open door. I can't get there, and I'm pretty sure we shouldn't go down there just yet. But hopefully, it could prepare us for whatever's to come when we get down there.
So the hallway itself. Glistening ember coats the walls and ceilings of this enormous hall like sculpted honey. The dust covers the black marble floor. The vaulted ceiling is 25 feet high. Set into the walls at the height of 5 feet are ember ledges lined with life-size alabaster statues of cats, frogs, hawks, owls, rats, ravens, snakes, toads, and weasels. Many of the statues have fallen off their perches and lie shattered on the floor. An ember door to the north stands open. 4 other ember doors to the west and south stand closed.
But do I hear or sense anything from the open door? No sound or anything that I can at least pick up with the heightened sense of hearing from the wolf?
Roll perception. Well, no. I mean, if you go into that ember door and look in, that goes past your threshold.
And that's what I'm saying. From as far as it's able to stay at the threshold, it's just trying to see if its ears can get a beat on any kind of noise. It's most likely quiet down there. But if there's any noise coming from that direction, it's just trying to see if I can pick anything up. Even if it's that dead quiet and all of a sudden something sounds like it's dropping or breaking from that room, there's most likely somebody or something in there. Or even if I hear a bestial sound, then there's something in there.
Who's the green guy?
Welcome to nowhere.
I would say the opening one.
Mm-hmm.
You hear whispers as if more than 2. You can hear muddled sounds.
You said muttered or moaning?
Muttered. Like almost in panic, but sound mad at the same time.
That's lovely. And she kind of like waves her hand, and and her senses come back. That's definitely for after. But there's a few people down there. It sounds like panic, maybe crazed.
Probably dealing with
voices?
eventually.
Which is why I'm saying we need to be on guard. But for now, we're gonna put a pin on that. We at least know what to expect down through the hallway and the doors, the statues.
I'm gonna add one thing. Before you recall and snap back, you hear footsteps, and immediately you look. There's a hallway next. In the hallway, you can see through what looks to be the main room where that statue is. A figure is walking towards.
You see her like she's starting to shake a little bit. She's, does it look familiar? Because she is trying to if it's
yes and no.
Does it look like familiar friend or familiar foe, Frank? We'll leave that for next week.
It's just about.
Just about, but no. It is a dusk elf. In armor.
That's what she's
With a sword. Uh-oh. Turns and looks. I don't think I've ever seen
Henry.
this before.
Now.
I wonder who you belong to.
She snaps pocket dimension.
Interesting.
Yes.
Hey, you have no clue that I'm beside you, by the way. What if we just didn't do? Are you okay?
Next room. Now.
Shut
She
that.
shuts the door quietly and put a pin on that. Next room. Let's go. Let's go. Now.
He does look familiar for you to a degree because it's the past life that's seen this.
Is it a red wizard?
It's not strong.
Is it the butler?
Yes.
Next room. She's like rushing you, pushing you by the shoulders. Next
Do
room.
we have anything this door so we need to come down to? This particular room we're in now, not the secret door. We'll find out.
Secret tunnel. Bites your finger and just.
There
There you go.
I mean, you guys do that whenever. It's cool. As far as like marking it, to knowing that that's a secret door. The doors, there is no locks on them.
I meant just to
Awesome.
mark that room, that not the secret doors. We can just find that again by feeling around, but the door itself that we, to lead into the room we're in.
Do a simple blitz here to do that. And then to the next room, right?
Yes, the second to the left.
A 20-foot long, 10-foot high hallway of bare stone has an ember door at each end. So there's an ember door, and you open it, the hallway goes to another ember door. I'll put it to you this for Sivanek wise. Roll me and general nature check.
You're gonna feel my hand on the way for the one back.
Let's see if you can.
I need time to like.
Got
I
an
have
18.
time.
You're seeing a pattern based on what she has, what that Rivera has relayed, that there are ember doors. And then this first door that you open is an ember door, which is a bare hallway that leads to another ember door, while the other doors are not made of ember. So maybe I would say you piece together that going through the ember doors or following the ember doors leads you closer to what the Ember Temple holds. I put it to you that way. That's more noteworthy than normal doors. But almost in a sense that, yes, this is a prison. Other than what you relayed as far as that hallway.
I didn't tell him what I saw yet, though. That person.
No. But looking at the hallway itself was the walls and the ceiling were embered, but the floor was black marble. This hallway that you're in now is solid ember. So I would say with that, you get an Arcana check.
Oh, 18 plus 6.
Insight. How's your insight?
Mine?
Decent.
Give me a roll of insight. And what did you roll? Roll Arcana.
18 plus 6.
Okay.
18.
I have glasses, so my eyes ain't great.
You're picking up the feeling that that ember, used here based on what was already said before acts as a shield. Okay? So you picking up what I'm trying to put down? Okay, so the ember coating on the walls is insulating itself like a shield. Based on your look through your familiars, based on what you saw downstairs and saw that hallway was black marble, but everything else was lined and coated in ember from the ceiling to walls, and then up top in this hallway, it being full ember. There are spells that require ember to act as a vault. There's a spell called Ember Vault, which is you take a chunk of ember and it acts as a bag of holding. You can trap something in a small piece of ember. It is a spell. That is what you are. That's kind of like that's what you're thinking of. So maybe that with now and even seeing that, if you talk freely about what you're seeing or not, but you get the fact that the ember walls are acting as a shield based on what she said with the black marble floors on the bottom, and everything else is coated in ember based on spells as this trap. So according from before, I would say together collectively, not thinking to each other about it or not saying anything, you both come to the same realization that beforehand you were told that this temple acts as a prison based on the words you guys heard and saw in every language before going down. That this was a prison and these wizards were jailers. So the ember was their safe passage. It helped shield against what malevolent deities there are. So based on the reading from the first door, going down into the Ember Temple, I was saying that, this is a prison, we are the jailers, we succumb to our demise.
You seek honor and greed, do not enter.
Right. We are jailers and we have succumbed to our making. So they accepted their fate of what that they fucked up. Or they tried to trap something that was beyond their understanding. So, seeing how, I would say you coming to a realization that the black marble floor and everything else is embered.
It broke.
No. Meaning, the top part is more protective than the bottom. So the bottom is your solitary confinement, to where the top is your test. Kind of like how Indiana Jones, like when he goes deeper and deeper into a temple or whatever, the traps get worse and worse. Temple of Doom, Last Crusade. Deeper into it, the traps get worse. The booby traps get worse.
So,
should you be following this ember?
I mean, I'll quote the first trap in Last Crusade. A penitent man kneels before God. And that was the trap of the saw blade that cut off that guy's head. You had to kneel and roll over to stop the blades. And then the next one was the path of God. Spelling his name is the walk of true righteousness. You had, and it was the letter, the whole floor was covered in letters, and you had to spell out God's name.
In Aramaic.
In Aramaic, which is Jehovah.
well, I do sorta, kinda have some troubling news. There was something else down there. Or someone. Well, it was a bit fuzzy, and it took me a bit to realize. But gracious, do you remember the help at Strahd's castle?
Barely.
The butler.
Supposed to go along with that.
You woke up at the time that he assisted. I believe I took the stairwell and you guys were in the dining hall when you woke up. He was assisting Strahd with his food, the children.
Here.
He's down there.
Save that for later.
That's why I said to close the door. I don't trust it, and nor do I know why he's down there. For whatever it is, it cannot be good. If Strahd's not coming here, we wish us all the best of luck, but yet his butler's here, his help. Nothing good can come from that.
Who's to say, knowing that your master found power here, that he couldn't do the same?
True.
He could have also been there for assistance for the bride.
And he does assist the bride, that's the thing.
Well, she was at the workshop. Who's to say she couldn't have come up here as well? He could have been taking care of her.
I've got one worse. Didn't she die? Or did she flee? Who's this not to say that her
He might not know.
coffin's not here and he's assisting her back? We don't know if it's here or at the temple, at the castle. So, from here on out, we need to really be on our toes. We don't know who or what else is here, or if we're going to run into another of the brides. We've only seen...
On the toes.
Have we seen two of the brides already, or just the one, Lamilla? Two. We've seen the magic caster.
You guys have encountered two.
Haven't we taken two of them out?
No,
No.
just the one.
Just
only,
one.
only one.
We've encountered Lamilla more than once, so it's finally taken her down.
You
For her to
turned her
wake
to
up.
ash. The other one you did not.
That was the one the first time, whenever she was like...
On Estrella, you have not. You have battled her.
We didn't beat her.
You didn't defeat her.
Okay, so that was before.
She kind of kicked your asses, and Strahd came out and kind of finished the job.
And then crushed his skull.
Broke the sacred bones.
Yeah, when you guys were more, or he's sus.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, by the way, we're going.
Now we can.
Okay, so yeah.
This is our limit. As it goes, there is one more room. And I redo this last room.
You want to check the last room?
I kind of do because it sets something in motion.
I think that's a good cliffhanger.
You go in the room, man?
How about this one? You guys go to the room, and I'll read you its description.
Okay.
Then we'll go from there.
I was gonna say, do you want to leave us at our investigation since we do that and we just leave it there?
I don't see any.
You're like,
I rolled a 1 plus 5, so that was 6.
Are we
Wait, 19,
all
20,
looking?
22,
The
23,
door's right
25,
here, and I
25.
walk into the wall next to it.
I mean, if you want to, you can
The
push
last
past
room, this last
second
room on the left.
Oh, I rolled
And
that one.
I mean, everybody's gonna peek in their head in the doorway.
Anybody
It's-
else want to give it a check?
This
That
is.
one?
I'm just gonna say it this way: if how familiar are you guys with Resident Evil Village?
Nope.
Okay. Dominating this room. And this room is 20 by 30. Again, same similarities of this potion room. Okay. except dominating this room is a 12-foot tall model of a dark castle with high walls and tall spires. Behind it, tucked in the corner, are some ruined furnishings and a wooden chest.
Don't touch the chest.
Do I pick up anything?
I don't know, are you using something?
Trap-wise, no. No trap there. But sitting next to the chest or leaning against it is a staff.
What is this chest?
It's a wooden chest.
Look at my fucking chest.
I was gonna.
This is a good cliffhanger. So, no, I mean, it looks like a normal wooden chest. It is not trapped. Of course, how long is that spell?
Minute.
Okay.
Thank you.
So it is not trapped. It is a wooden chest. If you want to open it, you can.
I mean, if you want
I'll
to,
give
I
you
have
what's
a 25 on my investigation.
I'll tell you what's in it, and then that's where we're going to leave off because that's going to make you think a little bit.
Sure, 25 on my investigation with that and the stack.
Okay.
I mean, I rolled a 19, so.
Still,
The
25, so.
chest.
Explain the thing.
Okay, with the investigations, the chest is
A mimic.
no, an old cylinder case is in this chest. Okay, a cylinder case.
A longer Da Vinci Code.
About
looking-
this
Okay.
is in this chest. Okay, something like this with a strap on it. Okay. Opening it up, looking inside. I'm gonna give you more of what it is. Based on you. Just some fact by opening it up and starting looking at it, and then looking at that model between the map
Blueprints
and
of
the
the
model
castle.
is the complete blueprints of Castle Ravenloft.
High five!
Including secret areas.
Secret
It's the
tunnels.
blueprints of Ravenloft. I mean, if I want, okay, listen. So in game terms, this case is huge because up in the car is 33 maps of Castle Ravenloft.
That's fucking insane.
You know what we do with that? Just shove it in the old bag of holding.
This is there, based on. I'll put it to you this way: based on this, and looking at that scale model, that these are the blueprints to Castle Ravenloft. Why are they here?
Yeah, and the fucking butler's here too.
In the Ember Temple. So somebody here in this temple
Planted.
developed the designs for Castle Ravenloft. So meaning somebody here in this Ember Temple blueprinted it. Because there is no other blueprints to Ravenloft besides this scroll.
Can I ask one more thing?
Picking up the scroll with the investigation, there is a false bottle.
Mimic.
It's a mimic scroll.
Opening it up, removing the false bottle, a tome is there.
Does the tone...
Based, I'm going to need an Arcana check from you.
It's like, hang on.
She didn't want to reach her hand into the mimic chest.
Yes.
I understand.
18 plus
Slam! 18 plus 6?
Okay.
Okay. Based on the staff and book alone, they are magical.
How magical are we talking?
These are wizard's books. This is a wizard's tome.
I'm a wizard. Nice to meet you.
And a wizard's staff.
I am a wizard.
You will not know unless identified is cast.
We're gonna wizardly die.
You got it?
Yeah. Pearl. Remember, I found one.
Well, you were taking 2 spell slots.
Yeah.
Okay. So, marking 2 slots of identify. The staff is a staff of frost. So you can add that to your inventory. Staff of frost.
Don't fester. Don't like the spinny.
ADDH kick in.
No, my ADT did.
His ESPN started fucking up.
ESPN 8. The Ocho.
Okay.
And the tome is called the Tome of Understanding. They are magical items. But there's a catch-22.
Of course they're fucking.
Oh, boy.
Move them. All of a sudden, you have a raging psychopath FD.
There's a catch-22, and I will tell you
Next
this
time.
is over.
Oh god.
Oh.
Everybody else, leave the room. Hey, she comes back and
Somebody
she just
wants
like the freaking mattress episode
no,
from Courage the Cowardly
that was-
Dog.
I am
warning.
telling you off screen. So that's where we're going to wrap up there, being this room, and I want you guys to think. I mean, think. It's not a trap, it's not a puzzle, but just think of this last room. It is a scale complete model of Castle Ravenloft plus blueprints and a staff and tome by a chest and in a chest. A magical tome, a magical staff, the blueprints to Ravenloft, and a 12-foot scale model of Ravenloft. I want you guys to think.
Think.
Usually in castles, the advisor or the architect is a mage by default.
I've already figured it out.
Who this mage is, you don't know.
Okay. That's what I've already figured out.
But we will pick this back up next week, possibly, if not the week after. We're still debating on that one, just schedule conflicts. So, again, thank you for joining. Sorry about the mishap with the human error, but we got through. I know, it happened.
Trying to do math.
It's a Frank fuck up.
It's a
Frank up.
Yep. Okay. So, from us at D20 Misfits,
Yay! Happy Valentine's Day!
Bye.
That was yesterday.
Fucking forgetting to